Hello friends, and welcome back to Star Trek Online. This morning we need to go to the shipyard to see what ships are available to us. We need to have a look at the bank, and we're going to have a little tour around Earth Spacedock, because this is the first time we've had a look at the around. So let's have a quick look at the bank, because actually we'll have a look at the mail first. This is the mail terminal where you can get access to send and receive emails. So if you're in a fleet, or if you have a friend, you can send the little in-game emails. The bank is over this side, and you need to look out for terminals that have this symbol over the top of them. That signifies that it's a bank. You have two types of bank: your regular bank, and if you're a long time subscriber, you get access to an account bank. So let's click on bank, and of course my bank is empty. So if we come over the top right, click on inventory, if there's any items that we want to keep, we can just drag and drop in and out of our bank. And wherever there's a bank, you can get access to this. So let's leave that in there for now. Right. Let's have a quick look around this area. We have a hologram of Earth Spacedock. We have an assignment officer. Which explains about mission difficulties, because you can set missions to be easy, medium or hard difficulty. And it talks a little bit about player versus player. Over here we have a fleet ambassador, which is where you can set up a new fleet if you want to. And we have a gorgeous view of Earth below us, and some dry docks. Now, who else have we got down here? We have a security officer, which you can turn in tribbles that you capture, or if you have any prisoners, you can turn them in there. There's a meeting room. And we have bridge officer trainer. If I go into the store, this is where you can buy bridge officer manuals for your bridge officers. So if you want say beam fire at will level 1 to be on your let's open up your, you have your stations here. If I wanted Tarsi to have beam fire at will instead of torpedoes high yield, I would buy a manual in here which would then enable you to see it down here, and then you click on it and it would enable it on your ship. So, which allows you to, once you've bought the manual, to easily switch between the abilities that you want your bridge officers to have. In this case it's a tactical, so you'd only be able to use it on a tactical bridge officer. But if you wanted Engineering Team 2 or jam sensors to put on your science or engineering, you can buy them and they'll appear in the list here. You also have intelligence manuals, command manuals, pilot manuals, temporal operative manuals, and miracle worker manuals. But I believe you can only apply these manuals if your bridge officer has the specialisation and your ship has the seating for those various skills. Right, what's the next one? We have Requisition Officers. This is where you can buy more bridge officers. You go into the store. If you want extra bridge officers, you can buy them here, and they come in all sorts of different species: human, Vulcan, and if you hover over them, it will bring out a little slide out which will tell you what space and ground abilities they have. They tend to just be basic bridge officers when you buy them like this. If you have tokens, you can buy purple bridge officers from the Zen store. Catlin, Ina, by the looks of it. And I think what you do is you go into the Zen store, you find personnel, and then you can buy the bridge officer in here, which will then give you a token to spend here. There are special officers that you can get, like a android, generic android of engineering, science and tactical. And again, if you have a reassignment form, you can pick up those. And I believe that comes from the duty officer assignments when you get to level 4. But all of none of these are particularly good. You can pick up better ones from missions as you go through. As a commander, and he's just an information person. Let's back down there. Can't talk to any of these. Let's go back upstairs. Over here, you can claim fireworks if you've bought the lifetime subscription. You can claim a combat environmental suit, again I believe if you got the lifetime subscription, or you can talk. And he has nothing to say, so okay. But that's where you get the environmental suit and fireworks. We have our temporal agent.
Greetings, how can I assist you today? Or in the future?
If you have other characters on your account, and you've played through, for instance, a Jemadar and any of the other special assignments, you can reclaim rewards from Philip Cray. You need to be plus level 10 Jemadar and 65 level 65 with 20 hours played, which seems a bit high, but when you get to level 65 you can reclaim other rewards.
Use the temporal transponder in your inventory to access temporal agent rewards.
Right, okay. Well, we'll have a look at that in a minute. Let's just have a look. We have an ambassador. Right, so he'll offer special diplomatic assignments once you reach the status of attaché. So let's just and he gives you some more information. Let's yeah, in commendations. So as you play through, you get commendation points. As you can see, we have none at the moment, and you need 2,500 to reach the next rank. And on the right here, it tells you if at rank 1 we get attaché, which is what he just asked for. So when you get rank 1, it should unlock diplomatic star cluster missions and give you a single green quality duty officer. So we have to unlock duty officers because I don't think we've got that far yet. That would yeah. Oh, I only need to be another level to access duty officers, but that would be that. Then we've got, which one is that? Romulan ambassador. And that'll start the new Romulus arc. Well, we don't want to do that at the moment because we're not that far along the episodes in the series. Right, so we can't access it until we reach Vice Admiral. And Captain? Right, and possibly at a later date he'll hand out new missions. And then we've got Admiral Quinn. And he hands out several missions as well, which we'll pick up.
Welcome to Earth Spacedock.
Right, so that's Quinn. So let's go round the other side. Security officers. Right, if we start on the left hand side, right in the middle here we have the seal, And when there are events that include Q, you'll find Q sat in the middle of this sill that gives you the missions to pick up and turn in. So let's go in Requisitions. And the first office, we have the uniform supply. And this is where you change uniforms. You can set up your normal uniform like I'm wearing now. You can pick other era or Bajoran outfits or the Sierra outfits. You can also set up your summer outfit for Riser and winter outfits for the winter event. We got a nice waterfall effect. I think this might actually be the backside of water. So that was the back way round to personal equipment. And in here we can requisition personal equipment like weapons, armor, shields. The best ones tend to be as you pick up as you go around, rather than requisitioning them, but you can, if there, you can pick up kits, purchase consumables like your shield charge and your hyper sprays, and you can buy tech upgrades. Which would allow you at a later date to upgrade weapons on your ship. There's some people in uniform. What's this? Lieutenant Shelby. Right, and Shelby will tell you all about the upgrades. Okay. If we get a closer look, some of the weapons that you can obtain in the game. Hand phasers, rifles, sniper rifles. Okay. Let me go that way. So, commodity traders is the next one. And that will let you pick up some supplies that you need for missions. A lot of these, again, you get by pickups or missions. But if you need some, there are some here. When you advance high enough to join a fleet, and join a fleet that's started finishing all their programs, you will be able to buy those commodities cheaper from the fleet, because a lot of those are also required for what are they called? I can't think what they're called, but they kind of run little missions in your fleet, which you add commodities and dilithium and fleet credits and officers to, and then it'll run for like 24 hours and then give you a little reward towards upgrading your fleet base. So you can buy some there, or buy some on your fleet starbase. And that's another information on, gives information about various clusters in the galactic map. Okay. And around here, there's another bank around here, and another mail station. And it gives you a glimpse out into the shuttle bay. And there we are, back out the front of the Requisitions. But down here, to the right of Requisitions, next to Exchange, is a corridor down to the shuttle bay, which is where we transported in. And we can now run down here and have a look around the... I don't believe you used to be able to do this, but you can now come down, have a look at the runabouts and the shuttles. And here's the guy doing some repairs on the shuttle. And there's some worker bees. Let's have a run round here. You can see the shuttle's taken off, but you can't get any further into the shuttle bay than this. Ooh. There we go, and the shuttles can go further into the starbase. So let's go jump over here and go back up. And go back through the corridor. And we have the exchange. Let's see if there's any, but there's a bank access this side. Another mail terminal. Another mail terminal. Another view into the shuttle bay. And this is the exchange. And in here you can buy items from other players in the game who have put up an item to sell at a certain price, and then you can search. You can put in a name if you like, or as I just did, click search, and that'll bring up all 400. A view of 400 items. There's usually a lot more than that, but it'll only show 400 items. You can select whether to show items that only you can use, which will stop you from buying items that you can't use, because there's nothing more infuriating than spending 1 million credits on something that you can't use. There are ships equipment in there, and at this point that we are in our playthrough, you can't buy any items that are above your rank. So I'm only rank 10. So I couldn't buy a Mark 12 deflector array because I'm not at that rank yet. When you get to rank 65, then pretty much all the items are unlocked, so you'll be able to buy them. We're not going to buy any now, so it doesn't matter, but you can't buy above your rank. And there are all sorts of things. You can buy duty officers, which will help you with the duty officer assignment. There are kit modules, which you can buy for yourself. If I click on my character, we've got kit modules. So you can buy kit modules. If you wanted a sonic pulse, you could buy that and equip it to your character. Or you could wait for the rewards that you get from missions that you go on. I tend to just pick them up from the missions. Until I get to level 65, I tend to pick them up from the missions and equip them as I get better versions. And again, you won't be able to pick up anything that's higher than your rank. And these tend to only be like standard common kit modules. Sorry, what am I talking about? You won't be able to buy above your rank, but you can buy items that are missed it there. Like there's a green one there for an uncommon kit module. But you can buy up to ultra rare. Also, you can choose a rank to look for. So we're Lieutenant Commander, so we could search for items that are only available to Lieutenant Commanders, which would save showing stuff that you can't buy. You can also choose the quality up to epic, and you can change the sort order up here. Right. And this is all the exchange in here. Right, before I go the other side, or down to the ship requisition, because we got to go to the shipyard, which is just down here. So there's no point us going there just yet. And we have lots of windows at the front here, so we can see the interior of the space dock and what ships are docked at the moment, and the odd shuttle shooting across. But let's see if we can go upstairs, because I want to show you a kind of secret. So we've gone upstairs to the mezzanine, and if we go along to the middle, we can have another great shot at the internal of the space dock. There's the space doors for the ships. And if we go this side, we can look down on space dock operations and the requisitions that we've just been to. And that's the transporter pad that you usually beam into. But the secret, kind of secret, is here. The list of people that of the Star Trek universe that have passed away. And a bit of information about them. Or quotes from them by the looks of it. Okay. So you can come and pay your respects to these great people. Right, let's wander on. Well, oh, ah, I went too far. Right, there we go. We go. I'll just quickly show you this, but red and blue decks is just a corridor. I don't believe there's actually anything actually in them. That's just. No. Just an empty corridor. Let's go back up to the main concourse. Here we go. And this one's taking us up this side. So let's transporter pad is up there. And the shipyard is over there. So let's go and have a look at the infirmary. Looks like somebody's had a bad night in the club. Some bio beds. Somebody else has had a bad night in the club. Go and speak to the doctor. Here he is. Treat officers. Right. Now, he's one of the places that if you're on a higher difficulty level, medium or high, then you can get injuries on your away team and your captain, yourself. And you can come here and treat those injuries. It's good practice that once you finish the mission is to get yourself healed up and your ship, because your ship will take extra damage when you're at the higher difficulty levels. So make sure that you heal your ship and yourself, because it is detrimental to your firing rate. If you got injuries on your captain, it'll make them slower and won't be as good. So you need to keep healing yourself up. If you're on easy, you don't get injuries on your ship or you, so you don't need to worry so much about it. But it's no good going into an advanced or elite. Can I show? That's elite. Yeah, task force operations are another one where you can do player versus enemies. So you get you and 4 other players in Star Trek Online, and you join one of these missions. If it's a normal mission, you won't get any injuries, but if you pick a advanced or an elite, then you will get injuries and you will need to heal those injuries before you do another one. So let's go in the club. Third over here, look up. There's a cool waterfall. So let's go up the stairs. Welcome to Club 47. Oh. Right. Let's go left. Or actually, let's speak to the bartender. Bartenders throughout the game allow you to buy foodstuffs, and you can combine some of these food and drink items with tribbles, and they will give you they will improve your tribble to give special abilities. And there are too many tribbles for me to name at the moment, but there are like a temporal tribble that you can mix food with or feed to, which will give you some temporal ability for a short duration. Here's the dance floor, and while we're on the dance floor, we bring up the chat window and go to the little setting icon here. You will see you've got emotes, and if you click on the pin, that will pin them. And what you can do when you're on the ground is dance. You can pick lots of different dancing moves, and in some places you can unlock extra dance moves. I think you can unlock some in the summer event, and you can unlock them on certain planets, like the fan dance. You could unlock on one of the planets. Let me have a look. No. On Nimbus. You can unlock that on Nimbus when you get to that planet. Right. Let's go up to DJ. Can we talk to the DJ? No, can't talk to the DJ. So let's go back out this way. There's another bartender. Not Guinan, unfortunately. So let's go up this way. See if there's anybody we can talk to. No. A seating area that you can come and have another look at Earth. Right, what's the other side? Have a look. Group of drinkers. Oh, another mail terminal. Another bank terminal. Okay. So there's quite a few around of those terminals. There's the replicators. Let's see. What's further up? Another view of the waterfall. And that top level brings us back to the transporter pad. Let's unpin the dance moves because we don't want those anymore, and minimise that out of the way. You can talk to the transporter chief who will tell you about the different stations that we've just been around to. So if we run back down here in front of operations and head down this way, we will be at the shipyard. There we go. So let's talk to the ensigns for a second. I can provide information on shuttles and other small craft. Also, if you happen to lose your captain's yacht or commander's jig, let me know. How do I get a captain's yacht? Speak to any starship or shuttle requisitions officer to claim your captain's yacht. Okay, thank you very much. Right, let's have a look. We've got another bank here on that side, and another mail terminal on that side. And if we start down the front, I think, because there's two people down here. We have repair ship. So like with the captain's injuries, you can repair your ship injuries here. My ship has no damage, but if it did have damage, you could repair it. And like I said before, when you do the advanced or elite missions, you will get damage. So you need to come here and repair it.
When you're ready to return to your ship, click the Beam to Ship button in the upper left corner of your mini-map.
Where can I change my ship or get a new ship equipment?
You can find various ship services here in the Ship Requisition Center. You can requisition ship equipment, change your ship's appearance, or switch to a different ship there.
Okay. What he's talking about is this icon up here that looks a bit like a up and down transporter. That will beam you directly back to your ship. Right, so let's start this side. Requisition ship equipment. Probably self-explanatory, but here we can get weapons, ship equipment, shuttle weapons and equipment, purchase consumables and tech upgrades. Again, most of that we will get from missions, but you can buy some there if you need something. Manage ships. This gives you a list of all the ships that you own. Currently we just have a shuttle and one ship, but it would show you more ships if you had them. It's possible to move equipment in and out of different ships from here, which if you say I had two ships and I wanted to quickly move equipment from one to the other, I can just click between them and move them probably via the inventory in and out. Because sometimes you'll get a new ship and you'll want to transfer all the equipment that you've got, or some of the equipment that you've got, on one to the other, and this is an easy way to do that. And sometimes you get things that you've used but you don't want to use anymore, but you think, I don't want to store it in my inventory because it's taking up inventory space. If you've got a ship that's got default weapons and equipment on it, you can get rid of the defaults and kind of use it as an item storage, just in case you need it again. You can buy more slots. Currently, I've got 15 dry dock slots, which I'll talk about in a second, and 10 active ship slots. So I can buy more slots if I need to. You also, if you run out of room, you can dry dock your ship in a slot. I believe that it will lose all its weapons and equipment if you dry dock a ship. So you need to make sure that you take all of these items, if you want to keep them, off, put them in the inventory or in another ship like I said before, and then dry dock it, and then that'll package it up. And if you decide you want to play that ship again at a later date, you can then unpackage it again and put your equipment back on it. So that's probably all I can say for that. Then we've got Shipwreck Requisitions. Congratulations on your promotion, Lieutenant Commander. Admiral Quinn has cleared you to select a ship to command. There are several impressive vessels to choose from. Take a look at my store. The starships that are approved for your rank are listed there. Browse starships that are approved for your rank. Okay. Okay, so using the little up and down arrow to hide the filters, you can filter by category. You can filter by ships that you've purchased or not purchased. So let's take that off for now. You can choose your rank. So if you're a captain, you can choose to see ships for captains, vice admirals, fleet ships, all ranks. You can put in a name if you like, if you're searching for a specific type of ship. So let's see, what can we buy? We can't buy that because we don't have enough dilithium. We could buy this one, the Constitution refit, because we have the Lieutenant Commander token that has been given to us. We could also buy an escort because we got the token for it. So we got a science vessel, the Nova class, which we got token for. And we can't buy that one because we need dilithium and we haven't got enough for that. Okay, so when you click on a ship to look at it, it gives you a description of the ship. It gives you some skills for the ship. It tells you what bridge officer stations you've got or can use for that ship. You've got one tactical station, 2 engineering stations and 1 science station. It shows you how many consoles of which type that you can use. So 2 engineering consoles, 1 tactical and 1 science console. And it tells you what its base power is. So 4 weapons 2, aft weapons 2, base hull, shield modifier, base turn, and device slots. So if I can open that as well and select the ship I've currently got, you'll see that this ship has got 3 slots, 1 for engineering, 1 for science, 1 for tactical, whereas this one has got 2 engineering, 1 tactical and 1 science. Bridge officer stations, if I click on stations, that will mean that we have one tactical, we'll have two engineering, and we'll have the one science. So if we look at the science vessel, because it's more of a science type of ship, we'll have one tactical, one engineering, and two science. So we have tactical, engineering, and two science. And for the consoles, we would have one engineering, one tactical, and two science. So, do we want one that's got more engineering? Or do we want one that's more science? And I think I'm going to go for the Nova class rather than the Enterprise, because a lot of people go for the Enterprise. Let's go with the Nova. So we decided we want that one. Buy ship. Are you sure you want to buy the science vessel? Okay. By default it gives you a name, which you can rename if you like, but I'll leave that as it is. Done. And because we haven't got any more tokens, we can't buy the ship. So we'll close down that, and you'll notice that we still have our old ship. So let's just have a quick look at the customized ship. Customized ship will allow you to change colours, materials. I've only got one type on there. The type of interior that you want. So of course these are all interiors for quite a lot of the ships. So the bridge that you select won't necessarily fit inside your ship, so you have to suspend believability a little bit. There's like the Defiance bridge. You can also buy extra bridges if you like the design of a certain bridge. Some ships do come with their own bridge, like this one comes with a Pioneer bridge as default. And like the Enterprise F comes with its own bridge, the Defiant I think comes with its own bridge, and a few other ships come with their own bridges. But if you don't like them, you can come here and select another one. Some are free, some you have to spend Zen on. But we'll leave that as it is. And we'll cancel that. You can also customize shuttles in the same way if you buy a shuttle. This one's got a couple of different materials, so let's see if it will change them. No, okay, it won't change them on there. Perhaps it's because it's a standard one, but most of the shuttles you can change the colour, the material type, interiors, windows, and things like that. And depending on the shuttle, depends on how many options you get in there. We're limited with these ones. So we need to go back to manage ships, and we need to get our inventory, and we need to take off all of these. Right, like that. Now we need to select our new ship and ready starship. I'll just do save and continue on that. That's a new thing I haven't seen before. Right. Each ship will come with a default set of items and weapons, and unfortunately, although things like the phasers are what would be used on that ship, they're not particularly good. So most of the time you won't use any of these. And there's little point upgrading them from this level because they're just standard equipment. So, like, there's a level 2 phaser, 142, whereas what we had before is 172 damage. So why would you keep the default set? So let's go engine. Oh, of course. And look, we can have 2 AF weapons on this one. 3 devices. Well, we've only got 2 at the moment. We've got the one engineering console, and we've got the one 2 science consoles, and 1 tactical. Let's see, what's that? That's a deflector array. Have I got a deflector? No, I haven't got any other consoles or anything like that. So, but what we could do, what's that one? 327. We could stick another torpedo on the back, so that when we have our back to an enemy, we can fire the phaser beam and a torpedo. At least until we get something a bit better. Right. And the little Enterprise icon there means that the ship's ready. So if I clicked on that one and clicked ready, that would move down to that one. So we know that we've got this new ship ready. We haven't got another shuttlecraft, but that's okay. Right. So we've had a look at the bank. We've had a look at the shipyard. So that was the two of the aims for today. So now we need to go and speak to Admiral Quinn again. So let's go to Admiral Quinn. There he is. And he's got a tick above his head, so we need to turn in a mission. So you know you need to turn in a mission. I've just noticed that we got Admiral Janeway stood next to him. Yeah, that's interesting. Right.
I see you
Admiral
chose a
Quinn.
fine ship with a top-notch crew, one of Starfleet's best. I hope you're ready to get back out there. A situation has come to my attention, and I'd like you to look into it.
Right. So, for accepting this mission, we get experience points and expertise. So, continue. So, we've resolved that mission. Right, now I'm not going to pick any of those just yet. What we need to do...
We have a diplomatic mission for you.
Oh, here we go.
An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
Right, so we need to escort the Vulcan ambassador Soketh to the monastery on Pajem. Right. And for this mission, we get experience points, expertise, a data recorder. This recorder contains the messages state of various sectors that you've visited. Oh, interesting. We get a new personal shield, some dilithium, and we get to choose another torpedo, which we could replace for the torpedo we just equipped. So let's accept that. We come out of there, and we'll just run out here. Now if we go to this little pad icon and go to episodes, we got a list of every single episode. So that was the Agents of Yesterday that we've done. So the next one should be Klingon War, which it is. So we did Welcome to Earth Spacedock, and now we're doing Diplomatic Orders. And then the missions after that are all grayed out because you need to do the episodes, the missions in order. So let's beam up to our ship, because we need to do a quick configuration on our ship, and then we'll get on with the mission. So we go up to the beam up icon here, click it. Do you want to beam up to the ship? Yes, please. Right, okay. So now we're in our new ship, our Nova class ship. If we go to the status screen, we need to, at some point we might get a secondary deflector, actually. Okay, I shouldn't have taken that one off. We'll keep that one on for now, because we've got a free secondary deflector. I just thought about that. Right, we'll go to stations, and we've got Tarzi still in our tactical slot, Scarvin in our engineering slot. We got T-Met in our one of our science slots, and we don't have anybody in our other new slot. So if we drop the list down, we don't have any other science people, and if we look, yes, we've only got one science person at the moment. So on Spacedock, we could have bought another bridge officer to temporarily fill that space. But we may pick up more people along the way. We shall see. If you click on your science officer here, you'll see that we've got 2 tractor beams. But I don't believe... no. So we haven't got any other... any other options there to put anything else. So we're going to have to deal with 2 tractor beams. But again, on Earth Spacedock, we could buy manuals for other abilities. I'm not going to do that right now. Sorry, but at least they're all slotted. We also need to, when you get a new ship, you also need to come over here and turn on your preference. So like here we want attack, so we want most of the power on our attack, so we need to remember to come over and select that. You only need to do it once, but you need to remember to do that, otherwise you'll wonder why when you're shooting at things it may take a bit longer than usual to destroy the target. So you need to remember to set these. And I think everything else for now is okay. Can we do? Okay, so we can select some traits by the looks of it. I didn't think they were unlocked for a while, but we can add some in here. So we could enhance our kit. Could make ourselves lucky. Could make ourselves resilient. And we could make ourselves protected from knockback and route. What can we add to the ship? We can make the weapon more accurate. We could add to beam weapon damage. We don't have cannons. We could add operative to give us more critical chance and critical severity. One more. You can unlock more slots as you go. So it's there, like when you get to level 50 you get some more. But we need one more. Let's go with Techie. That increases hull restoration and regen. Right. We shouldn't have any reputation unlocked yet. No. Okay. So the next unlock is at level 20 by the looks of it. So we'll have to have another look in the traits. when we get to level 20. Skills, haven't got any points for that, we used all those. Right. Right, now we need to go to Vulcan. So we can either click on the Depart System icon, or click on Warp to Sector down the bottom right.
You are now in sector space. Here ships travel at warp speed between systems. Combat does not take place in sector space.
Okay, thanks for that. And we need to press the M key to open the map. And here in the sector map, we have the Gamma Quadrant. Over here, the Delta Quadrant in the middle. And we got the Alpha Quadrant with DS9 down here. And over here we have the Beta Quadrant, which is where we are and where the Sol system is. Now we want to go... Now if you click on the area map, that would give you just the Alpha Quadrant, or if you're in the Beta Quadrant, just the Beta Quadrant. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Tips, but I think we already got that. Right. So we need to get to Vulcan system. Because the mission is in yellow, it's our active mission, and we get a yellow circle. So if we click on Vulcan, plot course for Vulcan, yes, and our ship will start going towards Vulcan. You can also click this little travel icon here, which will navigate you to where you're supposed to be going. Some places are far away and may require a transwarp token, or at least they used to. But you should be able to use that pretty well, or the map. So we're getting close to Vulcan. And when you get close to the planet you're going to, you automatically stop. But obviously in this case we're not quite at the trigger point, so we need to go forward a bit more. And as you see, there's Vulcan there. And also you have the distance to the target, so we're close enough now. And when you get to different planets, you get a picture of the planet, and you also get a little bit of text about it. So I'll just stop here for a second to read that. Okay, so let's enter the Vulcan system and begin this mission. Captain, we have arrived at the Vulcan system. I took the liberty of contacting the ambassador's side when we arrived. Pella says that the ambassador has certain arrangements that he prefers when travelling. She would like to go over them with you. Would you like me to put her on the main view screen? Yes, please.
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Sokath is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it. I believe that Sokath would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Okay, board the shuttle. We're ready to land on Vulcan, sir. When you're ready to make our final approach, let me know. Okay. What have we got here then? Ooh. Don't think you can go. No, you can't go back there. Wow. Looks like a runabout from Deep Space Nine. Right. Let's land the shuttle.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Right, we have landed on the planet. Captain, the ambassador and his aide are waiting for you at the temple at the top of the rise. You can speak to them there and find out if the ambassador needs anything else from us before we depart for Pijem. Right, so we need to head up to the top of there. Now that's funny, we had a runabout interior and then we got a different type of shuttle. Oh well. Right, let's head up the mountain then. Afternoon. Okay, right, so we're at the top of here and we can see two information icons there, so we need to head in that direction. Right. So let's talk to the aide first. Welcome to Vulcan.
Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, Pijem is sacred to the Vulcan people, and access to it is strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty, but Savin, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, has chosen this moment to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Sokath permissions to meet with the abbot at Pijem. This is most abnormal.
Can this trip wait until Savin changes his mind?
The ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Savin, but the process will take time that he simply does not have. If the ambassador is unable to complete his journey to Pijem now, he will have to delay it until after the trade conference at Coridan is complete, and that could take weeks.
I wonder why Savin won't grant the ambassador permission.
The ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent too much time off-world. I have seen it change him. His interactions with other species have grown easier over the years, but our own people have become more challenging for him to deal with. Perhaps you could speak to Savin. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and you might have an easier time than he has in convincing him to grant the ambassador's request.
Let me speak to Sabin then. There he is.
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Sucker says you won't permit him to visit Pajem.
Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pajem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pajem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Didn't Vulcans use Pajem to spy on my people at one point?
That should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. As you know, when the Federation was founded, your people and mine rebuilt the monastery by hand. We pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Now only those who seek peace may enter. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
The Vulcan people have monasteries?
Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at Pajem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monk's study of Sirach's words in the Kirshara give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about Sirach.
Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Sirach ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the Kirshara, shaped all that we are. Without Sirach, the Vulcans you know would not exist. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Don't you trust Ambassador Soketh?
I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about what you've heard.
Sarketh has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. Tapella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. Tapella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of Pajem will restore him. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
What if the abbot agrees to speak to Soketh via subspace?
The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on Pajem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Soketh's request does not qualify. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Is there any way I can persuade you to allow Soketh to visit Pajem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Soketh says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Right. Talk to the ambassador.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions?
What business do you have at Pajem?
My business is my own. If you must know more, I require a meeting with the abbot. He will not use subspace communications. So if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly. Do you have any questions?
Tell me about Pajem.
Pajem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on Pajem for centuries. In 2152, the ancient buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
It was proven that the Vulcans were spying on your people from that outpost. That was before the Federation was founded. Weren't our races at war?
It was a failing in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Since then, a group of monks has lived there. They study the ideals of Sirach. Do you have any questions?
Right, we got two choices here by the looks of it. And let's ask why he doesn't trust him.
How should I know? He is a small man with small concerns. Thankfully, he has listened to reason, and our journey won't be delayed any longer. I am ready to leave now. Is the shuttle prepared for departure?
Yes, let's go. Okay, here we go. Return to the shuttle. I think we can run. Okay, so here we are, back at the shuttle. Did he follow us? He is following us slowly. That's board.
Starfleet shuttlecraft, we have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
Right, here we are on the shuttle. Return to bridge. Ambassador Soketh has retired to his quarters, Captain. We can leave the system whenever you like. Okay, depart.
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items. Press I to open your inventory. Click on Replicator to access your store. You can purchase common items from the Replicator. You can sell items by using Recycle, and retrieve sold items with Retrieve.
Okay, thanks for that. Right, we need to go to Pjem, so let's click on that. Auto navigate, because it's only around the corner. There it is. And begin. Sir, I'm picking up an unusual energy reading in the system. We should scan the system before we take the ambassador to the surface. Agreed. Sensors are maximum. Right, okay, looks like we've got a bit of combat.
To all Klingon vessels, target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
Chalk that up,
Warning, ship
and
is
let's
under
get
attack.
firing.
Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
Let's get this third one. Oh. Captain, we've been held by the Klingons. On screen.
Cease your fire, Captain. Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovokor with the tale of that foul creature's death.
Shapeshifter?
Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs dies screaming.
An Undine? Have you any proof?
Proof? Pah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
I'll take that into consideration.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Before I do that, I've spotted some magnesite ore over here. So let's just go and collect that. Stop here. Scan. And we need the up, down, left, right keys to match the waveform. There we go. Oh. And there's something over here as well. Hydrazine. So let's collect that. Scan. And there would be up, down, left, right keys to match. Now those were quite easy to spot. We could try doing a scan. Oh. So there are several others, but I think we'll just continue with the mission now. Right, let's consult the bridge officers. Right, Captain, sensor scans indicate the Klingon vessel's warp drive, shields and weapon systems are all offline. I don't even think they have impulse power. Whatever you decide to do, they can't really do much about it. Right, so here again is a mission where it takes your speciality into consideration. Science, technical or engineering. So, start with the first one. The Undine are a species that was first encountered by the crew of the USS Voyager. They catalogued them as species 8472. As the Klingon commander indicated, they are indeed capable of changing shape. Additionally, they possess telepathic abilities that aid them in infiltrating the cultures of other species. So Ambassador Soketh could be one. I'm afraid that is a conclusion that we cannot rule out, Captain. I could conduct a test to determine if the ambassador is who he claims to be. Unfortunately, that would violate his ambassadorial immunity. Right. Tactical. The Undine are physically superior to humans and consider anyone from our dimension to be an inferior life form. Their vessels are more than match for the Borg. They represent a great threat to Starfleet. Where is Ambassador Soketh now? The ambassador is still in his quarters. Sir, I recommend sending a security detail to detain the ambassador until we are certain of his identity. A sound precaution, agreed. Engineering. The Undine come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move into ours. I'm afraid much of their technology still remains a mystery to us. But one thing is certain, it is not to be underestimated. So why use a Starfleet vessel? That I can't say, Captain. But as the Undine are virtually unknown in the Beta Quadrant, my guess here is that they are aiming to conceal their presence here. And the Klingons? What the Klingons are saying could be true, Captain. If the Undine are in the Beta Quadrant, it might just be that the Klingons sniffed them out before us. In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Call the ambassador to the bridge and open a channel to the Klingon vessel. Let's settle this.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
Very generous, but unnecessary.
Then the beast is slain? Makka! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
I present Ambassador Soketh.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, meet your accuser.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late!
Not without proof. Takak.
You want proof? Then lower Lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tog's clothing.
Ambassador, allow me to explain.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Meritless, but not unreasonable.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat.
That's a reasonable consideration.
Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
Status of the Klingon vessel. Weapons inoperable. Warp drive still offline. Wait. I'm detecting an energy surge. They're engaging their cloaking device. Red alert, lock weapons.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
Fire. I've lost them on sensors, Captain. They're gone. Scan the area. Captain, I'm detecting energy signatures on Pajem's surface. They're in the vicinity of the monastery. They appear to be transporter signals. Life signs indicate they are Klingon. I'm taking a away team down. Captain, shall I accompany you? No, it's too dangerous.
A wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Away team to transporter room 1. I've lost them on sensors, Captain. They're gone. Scan the area.
A wise precaution.
Okay. Weird bug there. Right, beam down. Now we've automatically got our away team selected. So let's just check. Who have we got him? Right, what we might do is change him. Yeah, I'll change him over so that then we've got there we go. Now we've got all our original series awaiting. Right. Let's accept. Captain, we need to secure the area and then make our way towards the monastery, which is located at the top of the hill. I'm reading multiple Klingon patrols between us and the main building, sir. Recommend we proceed with caution. Stay alert, we need to find the monks. Ah, that looks like a pretty place to have been down to. Okay, so we've got to head on up the hill and keep our eyes out for some Klingons. And there's one running around there, so let's
Enemy targets on sensors.
let's take him down. And we've got a crate over here. Open the crate. And we've got a small power cell and a small shield charge. Let's get rid of this Klingon.
Targets on sensors.
Carry on up the hill. Somebody's put a bench there in case you get tired on the way up. Oh, there's another Klingon. Let's do these. And there's a pickup, so let's get that. Got steps that way. Ah. And the Vulcan statue. Okay, let's keep going. That's another crate. Actually, while I think about it, where did we put it? When we got Temporal Agent, we got the Temporal Transponder. If you double click on it, or right click and click Use, it will show you all your goals. So we got rank 10, so we can claim an item, and we have to wait till level 20 to get the next one. We can get unlocks when we do certain amounts of specializations. We can't do that until we get to level 50. Research and development we haven't unlocked yet. We will get a reward for playing through story episodes. So once we finish the Klingon War episode arc, we will get a reward. When we unlock Admiralty, we get a reward. As we get more reputation, we get rewards. Duty officers. When we join a fleet. And when we locate temporal probes. Now this one's quite an important one because you can miss that. So that's lucky I looked at that. What's that? Research threat. Yes, it's lucky I looked at that because we need to investigate a temporal probe on Pagem in diplomatic orders. Well, we're in diplomatic orders at the moment. So we need to keep a lookout for this temporal probe. And there it is at the top of the hill. Let's close that and carry on up the hill. And take out some more.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Right. What's this?
Enemy targets on sensors. Flanking damage detected.
Okay, I'm not going to let me open that until I've taken out these Klingons. I think this is just a standard crate. Yep, standard crate. Talk to the monk? Okay. Now I can see something over there. So if we have a little run over... Ah! Scan the chronal distortion. Ah. Unlock the temporal probe. Right. Compare the words to the right and choose the one that will list partially complete words. Right, so there is a cat there. So is there an energy? No, or snow? Right, so I guess that it's cat. So let's try cat. Data accepted. There we go. Initialize for next data entry. Right. So which of these three words is complete in here or nearly matches? So we've got a wide, which isn't any of these. And there aren't any other complete names. So, is there a monkey? No, no monkey. There is a technician here. Is there a witch? No, so I think it's going to be technician. Yeah. Right, next data entry. Right. Is there a Vulcan? Can't see a Vulcan. Wiggle? No. Is there a lever? Well, that looks like lever. Let's go with lever. Based on the information we've recovered from the probe, it looks like the Knuckle tried to make some form of alliance with the Undine. Considering the Undine view life outside of fluidic space, it is not surprising that Knuckle diplomatic efforts failed here, violently. We're fortunate it didn't go well. Such an alliance would be dangerous. Okay, take item. A plasma compressor. Have a look. Okay. Let's pop that over that side because that's a component and that's a material. Let's read further. Right, now if we go back into the transponder and go down, you see it's highlighted now, so we've completed that. So if we claim that one, there we go, we get a item. So the next mission we need to look out for is researcher rescue for the next probe. Right, so let's... So if we open that, we get a choice of marks. So this is for our reputation. So let's grab some competitive marks, because they are probably the most difficult to get hold of. And if you look in assets, we've now got 25 in our reputation. And where is reputation? There. Go to reputation. We haven't got any slots available because we haven't unlocked. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, right, that refers to this one, the events. But we haven't unlocked the other reputation yet. Let's skip that for now, I'll talk about it when we get there. So we haven't unlocked reputation yet, but we have 25 points. Right, let's get back to the path. And we'll carry on up the hill. And there's something we can scan. There we go. And we want to go around this way. Oh no, they beamed in behind us.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Let's take that quick. Right, incoming message. Sir, we're receiving an alert from Vulcan. Tapella says she must speak to you immediately. I'll patch her through to your tricorder.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter. You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Captain, security teams have reached Ambassador Soketh's quarters, but he's gone. They're searching the ship, but... Sir, unauthorized use of transporters detected. The Vulcan government is requesting that the imposter Soketh be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Sir, whomever used the transporter erased the logs, but I have a feeling that the imposter is on the planet's surface. I recommend we locate him immediately. We'll find him.
Such emotion
Here he
on
is.
your face. I see now my deception has been exposed. Pity. Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
Recommend we return to the ship and search for the Undyne ship. We need to find the Undyne and take it back to Starfleet. Right. Well, I don't think there's anything else we need to do here. So, beam up. Captain, there is an Undyne ship on an intercept course. Sir, the Erie doesn't have the armaments to handle an Undyne attack. Starfleet reports that it is sending ships to assist us, but they are about 60 seconds out. We have to hold out until the reinforcements get here, Captain. If we target their torpedoes, we might have a chance. So we can press tab to switch targets to the upcoming torpedoes to destroy them with our weapons. Okay, let's continue.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Was in range. Tractor beam.
Target's shields have failed.
Oh. Try that, see if that makes any difference.
Target's shields have failed.
So, high yield. Ah, we've got some reinforcements. Who are they then? Looks like a Galaxy class. A bit of tractor beam on him. Oh. Shield's failing, so we'll turn the other way. Oh. Let's see if we can use the weapon battery and see if that gives us a bit more power. Oh. Ouch.
Target's shields have failed.
Do another high yield. Tractor beam. Sensor scan. Put this facing shield on it. Oh, and it took that down. Let's turn away, give them a bit more shield.
Rear shields failing.
Oh. Turn this way. Put a bit more tractor beam on him. Bit of high yield. Face him because that's a stronger shield.
4 shields failing.
Oh. Turn this way because we've got a bit more shield on that facing.
75%.
Yep, but we got him though, didn't we? Oh. And it looks like we got some more scannable objects here. Let's do that quickly. There we go. Let's scan the debris. downloading the data now. Incoming message from the USS Challenger.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
Wow, LaForge. Yay! We've recovered the final data transmissions from the unknown vessel, as well as samples of the organic material that was used to create the ship. We need to get all this back to Starfleet intelligence. They may be able to decrypt the messages and tell us more. Right, I'm not going to depart just yet, because we're going to go and pick these up. And 2 more that I can see. And there's the other one. Right. Those are the ones that I can immediately see. And if you're wondering where the particles are, there they are. There, I've just picked up some Vertron particles. So that's where those are stored. Right, what do we want to do with that? Let's not do anything with that for a second. Let's depart the system and conclude that mission. Right, now we need to hail Starfleet to report. There we go.
I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
Right. So, we need to choose a torpedo. So let's see. We got a photon torpedo or a quantum torpedo. 296 and 335. So I think for now we're going to stick with photons. So let's collect.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander.
I've heard of your recent accomplishments and would like to congratulate you. You're exactly the sort of captain Starfleet needs. An example for young officers here at the Academy. Please join me here on Earth to discuss some promising new officers. Speak with Lieutenant Farah at Starfleet Academy. I look forward to speaking with you in person. Okay. And we can choose some more bridge officers. So let's have a look. Science. None of them particularly leap out at me as being a good choice. So I think I might just pick that one. So let's collect that one. Join.
I've received a report there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth Spacedock. It may need assistance.
Right, so we've got to find the SS Azura. And we get experience points, expertise points, dilithium, or the Azura personal com code. That will allow us to call in the trade freighter in sector space where we are at the moment. And that will give us access to the mail bank exchange and a store for any player in range of it. Okay. Got some armor, shield, and warp core. So let's accept that.
You are now in sector space. Here, ship.
Yes, we know that. Right, let's close that. Close that. Close that. We have a skill point to spend. And give me a second. And let me see where we need to spend that. Go away. Right. So last time we got the 2 hull restorations. We got the shield. We got the 2 shield restorations. We got the shield capacity. We're not going to worry about the projectile training, because when we get to level 65, we're unlikely to be using torpedoes that much. So we will go with energy weapon training, which gives us 50 points in energy weapon training. So let's purchase that energy weapon training. There we go. And that's our first point in tactical. Okay. Right, now we've got a choice here. We can either go to Starfleet Academy or we can go to the next mission. And I think what we'll do is we'll leave Starfleet Academy to the next episode that we do, the next stream, because I can give you a tour of Starfleet Academy, which would take a little while to go around and do. So we'll leave that to the next stream, and we'll carry on with the missions for now. So let's auto-navigate. And while that's doing, let's have a look at the data recorder. Let's change its protected status to on so we don't lose it. And we use. Okay. Recordings become available after your first visit to each sector block. So as we reach each sector, see the sector names, we should get more items to look in here. So Sirius,
my friends sacrificed so much to secure peace with the Klingons.
I bear the responsibility for the consequences to him and his crew, a thought that troubles me to this day. The hope was that this alliance would last forever. It did not. The Klingons have chosen war. The Federation is doing its utmost to protect its borders and the billions of innocents who call this space home. But I fear that this conflict may be our undoing.
Okay. And as we get more sectors, we get more choices. And we haven't been to any of the others yet, so we don't have anything. Right. Excellent. So, carry on. What we could do is open this. And we can choose an item. So what have we got? Ground
To any
gear.
ships in range, this is Dana
hold on.
Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. Warp core containment field down. Radiation flooding ship. Communications and life support failing. Cannot eject warp core. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Okay. We will help as soon as we can. So we've got ground gear, space weapons, space equipment, and space consoles. Let's stop my ship for a minute. Right, so we only get to choose one of these. So which one could we do with? Does it... And it could be any one of those consoles. Could be any one of those. Could be a beam weapon or a cannon. Or it could be a weapon, shield, armor, or kit module. Let's go with the ground gear. Okay, let's okay that. So, what did we get? We got an upgraded armor, upgraded shield, a science kit, and 2 modules for it. That's quite nice. So, let's take that out for a second. And we'll put the kit in the kit slot. Then we'll put our module back in. And we'll put our other modules in. We will put our upgraded armor in. Put our upgraded shield in. And then let's see, we could give Tarsi an upgraded shield. Who did we select? Dana. Okay, so I don't think that's going to benefit them. What about shield? No. Right, let's upgrade her shield. Right, I think that's all they can use then in that case. Actually, let's pop these down here out of the way. We'll remove... Actually, close that. Right. Move that down there out of the way. We got that torpedo, didn't we? So... What are we? 370. So we could upgrade that Mark II for the Mark IV. Lovely. And where's my player? Well, we've got an upgraded rifle. So let's swap that out because that's better. Let's give our away team a couple of boosts. Like that. And we've got some food. Refine our dilithium. Right, let's get to it.
To any ships in range, this is data brought of the transport SS Azura. Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders. Crew injured, taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near your coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us.
Matt, keep tracking that distress signal. Right. Oh. Sir, sensors are picking up several light attack craft and an intercept core. We will need to deal with them before we render aid to the SS Azura. Full power to shields. Helm, take us in range. Yep, we know about that. Right. Let's stop before they get in range and let's just grab those. Anything else obvious? No. Right, let's get shooting.
Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
There we go. That's one down. Grab him in a tractor beam. There we go. Right, let's go and get the other two. Get a bit of speed on. But remember to take it off before we get there so that the power gets
Warning. Ship
turned.
is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Get another radio. And there it goes.
Target's shields have failed.
There we go. Quick high yield. Maybe we can get in with... Yay! The arc torpedoes. Brilliant. And I saw some gas over here as well, so let's see if we can collect the gas. Excuse me. Come on then. Let's go on that. There we go. Let's get back to the freighter. There we go, let's scan the Azura. Captain, I'm detecting elevated radiation levels on the Azura. I've alerted the transporter chief to the situation. She can brief you before you beam over to the Azura. Away team, report to the transporter room. There we go. And because I changed Damon to our default away team, he's immediately in there. So let's accept that. Yep, thanks for that tip. Right. Now we're in our transporter room. Let's talk to the chief.
Captain, I'm concerned about the radiation on the Azura. She might have some damage to the warp core, but our sensors can't pick up enough to determine exactly what you'll find over there. I'm sure I can send you and the away team to the ship safely, but getting you back might be a problem until the Azura's critical damage is repaired. Step on the transporter pad when you're ready to go, and be careful, sir.
Try to keep a lock on us and prepare to transport survivors. Right, let's go. Right, ready everybody? Beam out. Right, let's go. Right, we need to shut down... Oh, so I'm picking up multiple life signs. Some of them are the Azura's captain and crew, but the rest are Orion. Plasma leaks are blocking our path to the survivors. We will need to use the consoles to safely vent the plasma. Right. Rescuing survivors is our top priority. Right. Okay. Some missions have hidden accolades you can earn for your character. Okay. So what it means is, excuse me, in this mission, because you're science, you can optionally heal 3 injured crew members. If you were tactical, you would have another mission, and if you're engineer, you would have another mission. But we don't see those two because we're science, so we have to heal 3 injured crew. There may also be some of those. There'll be some containers. That one had power cell and a shield charge. But there might also be some of those scannable materials as well. There's nothing in this room. There's the plasma leaks in front of us. The console. No, it doesn't seem to be a console out here. So let's go in this room. There's somebody. Scan crewman. This patient is showing signs of radiation poisoning. A hyperspray of hydrogen will take care of the symptoms, but she will need to spend a few days in sickbay. Apply treatment. And will you beam out? Or are you just going to stand there? Okay, for now she's just going to stand there. Right. So let's have a look. Your beam out? No? Okay. Right, let's see if we can find anybody in here. No, just blank. Okay then. And bypass the plasma conduit. There we go. Oh, and we got some enemies. Actually, let's switch weapon and try our new rifle. Right, and there should be a room. Yeah. Oh.
Flanking damage detected.
Okay, we got him then. That was a bit better weapon. Oh, here we can heal somebody. Alright, open container. And there's a rock that we can scan. There we go, excellent. Can't see anything else in here, so let's bypass the plasma conduit. And another doorway on this one on the right. Anybody else? Yep, one more. Okay, cool, got him. Let's heal this next person. There we go. There we go. So that's healed the 3 injured crew people. Let's take down the plasma conduit. There we go. And we need to locate the warp core. Now you may have noticed that the accolade's not complete, and that's probably a bug. Oh, scanning the warp core, Captain. Catastrophic failure of antimatter containment. Warp core breach is imminent. Captain, unless the breach is contained, the Azura will be destroyed.
We hit an Orion ambush on our way to K7. We lost our weapons almost immediately, and then we took a direct hit near engineering. Our warp engine's magnetic antimatter containment field failed. We had no choice but to drop shields and use the power to try to stabilize the containment field. As soon as the shields were down, Orions boarded the ship. I'll never let those green pirates have the Azura. Please, take my crew to safety. I'll keep trying to stabilize the warp core. If I'm lucky, I can buy you some time.
Right. I'll help your crew. But first I'm going to scan this all. Okay. Oh. Right, we've got a few Klingons. Oh, what's this? Hold on. Oh, operate console. Right, so I need tactical to do that one. Is there anything else in here? Okay, I can't see anything in here. Let's see if we could sneak into this room. Ah, what's this? The radiation has done too much damage to this patient's cellular structure. There's nothing more can be done for them. Okay. And that still didn't register. Okay, lovely. Right, so I think we're just going to have to shoot these
It is no
things.
surprise that the cowardly Orions cannot even handle raiding a freighter.
Personal shield losing power.
I think if you had tactical training, you could have used that console.
Assistance has given us a chance for glorious combat.
And maybe used some internal countermeasures or something. Never mind. Have a look. No, can't interact with her. Oh, hello, fellas. Okay, let's pick that up. Okay. Heading back this way. Oh, Captain, there must be a cloaked Klingon vessel. Captain, there must be a cloaked Klingon vessel in the area. We should alert the ship. Eerie, we have Klingons. Can I interact with you? No. Yeah, definitely bugged. Okay, so we need to use the transporter as well, so let's head on down here. And beam out. Here we are. There's some of the survivors. Right, and let's go up. Captain, incoming message from the Klingons. Putting it on screen.
Leave now if you know it's good for you, Starfleet. We are taking this ship, her crew, and her cargo.
The Azura and her crew are under Starfleet protection.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
I've destroyed 20 Klingon ships. Woo! Right, let's see. Was there another one? Oh, there's another one. Wonder if I can...
Ship is under attack.
Nope. I'm gonna have to destroy him first. Oh well.
Target's shields have failed. Target's shields have failed.
Oh. Oh, come on. Gotta get away, gotta get away. Oh. Alright, let's scan this particle. There we go. Captain, we need to get within range and try to get a transporter lock on Captain Brott. We'll save Captain Brott. Rescued
Attempting
Captain.
to get a transporter lock on Captain Brott, sir. Boosting containment. We have her, Captain.
Just in time. Captain Brott is safely aboard, sir. And just in time, too. We got her just before the ship exploded. Captain Brott has requested that we take her and her crew to sector space. Starfleet will give them home from there. She said she would be happy to speak to you if you wish. I'll speak to the captain.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can.
What was the Azura's mission?
The Azura was a transport ship, best in the quadrant. Mostly I hauled medical supplies or farming equipment, but I had room in the cargo bays for a little of everything. I have one customer who is just crazy for Tranya. I don't save the galaxy on a regular basis like you Starfleet types do, but hauling cargo is a good way to make a living. I'm helping people in my own way.
I have another question.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can.
Tell me about the Orions.
There's thieves, pirates, and a whole lot of trouble if you ask me. Raiders have always been a danger to ships like mine, but the problem has gotten worse since the Orions allied with the Klingons. Now they think they can do anything to anyone. Someone needs to put a stop to these raids.
I have another question.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can.
What happened to the Azura?
We have been having trouble with the warp core for a few days. I was hoping I could make it to the closest starbase, but when the containment field started to collapse, I used every bit of power we had to help stabilize it. The minute I rerouted power from the shields to the containment field, the Orions were there. For all I know, they detected I was in trouble and were waiting for the right time to pounce.
I have another question.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can.
What will you do now?
Go back to Belarus for a few weeks, I suppose. I have enough latinum saved up to get me back on my feet. As soon as I can get another ship, I'll be doing transport runs again. I have customers waiting.
I have another question.
You saved my crew. I'll tell you whatever I can.
Thank you, that is all, Captain. Not yet. Let's get a couple more of these. Okay, can I see any more? No, that'll do then. Depart system. Let's go.
Well done. You saved that crew just in time.
Right. Do we need to pick anything? No, let's continue.
You have unlocked a new trait slot. Click here to view your traits. These are your active traits. You can activate available traits from the list on the left.
Okay, well we did that a little bit earlier. Let's... Huh, we have an egg. Let's give that to you. Right. Not going to put that on you, but I may put that on you. Yeah, let's give you that. Right, these things you can use to heal major officer injuries. So, like when I said before that in certain missions, in certain advanced or epic missions or PvE missions, you can get hurt, either yourself, your character, or your ship. These things you can collect and will allow you to heal while you're in the mission or out of mission. So keep these ones. That's a singularity core, which is only usable on warbirds, and we don't have a warbird. So there's the ship. We can put there, one of those on there, and shield. So that's an upgrade shield. So let's equip that. We'll put that there. We have the personal comm code, which I'll move down with the other things I'm keeping. And we need to change the protected status to on, so that we can't accidentally lose it. While I think about it, chuck these on some of our characters so they can use them. Right, what about this warp core? So it's got the same shield power, the same maximum shield power, maximum warp factor. So that gives a higher warp factor in sector space and gives you more sector speed space. So we will upgrade that so we can travel faster in sector space. And we got some comms array. Don't think. No, can't move. So that's a commodity item. So let's put that down there. We'll refine our dilithium. And we will close that. Close that. And we should get our next mission.
Starfleet has lost contact with the Federation science station in the Kasei system, because all communications from Kasei 2 must be boosted by a satellite that compensates for Metreon isotopes prevalent in the system. It may be that the communications array is in need of repair. Please make the necessary repairs to the communications array and re-establish contact with the science station.
Right, so we need to proceed to the Kasei system and Beta Quadrant and re-establish communication, and we'll get experience points, expertise, a new pistol, dilithium, a fire suppression device, a career-specific rare kit reward, and we can choose one of the following beam array or cannon. Okay, so we'll accept that. Close that. Now, Researcher Rescue is one of our Temporal Agent Pro. Yes, Researcher Rescue. So we need to look out for a Temporal probe in this mission. So let's go to Auto Navigate. Another quick tip. If you hold your mouse button down, you can rotate around your vessel, and you could also do it with the right mouse button. And if you use your middle scroll wheel, you can zoom in to your ship, or zoom out from your ship. So you can do little screens like this. What I'm also going to do, while we've got a minute, is I'm going to move that comms array, that core trade vector, to the end. And
hidden dangers lurk in space, and the threat of Klingon attack has made even the most stout-hearted reconsider their choice to travel throughout the stars. A last-ditch effort to find a common ground could end this conflict, but there are many who oppose peace.
thank you, Spock. Sensor analysis. I'm going to remove sensor analysis from the bar at the bottom because we've got it there, so we can just click on it there. I've moved these two to their normal slots, and I'll leave sensor scan there. Brace for impact we've got, core trade failure we've got, don't need that. Distribute shield power. We got engineering team, that's on the top bar basically. Was full power to engines, we don't need that. We don't need any of those on there. We've got the sensor scan. We don't need those because they're already on there. And the weapon back. Let's just have a look at yeah, I'm not going to put that. So let's relock the tray so we don't accidentally remove anything. Go. And we're approaching the system. Right, let's begin. So, I'm getting Gorn ships in range of the communications array. I recommend that we deal with them before we assess the damage to the array. Shields up, prepare for combat. Right, I see now that I'm really close to my vessel. So if I use the scroll wheel, and that was two clicks back, that's put us in a better position to see around the ship. Oh, we've got a couple of materials to collect as well. So, as we're closer to that than we are the Gorn, let's just grab those. We need to collect these materials because later on we'll use them for upgrading equipment. So it's better to just collect them as we go than to have to try and find them when we need them. Right. Let's go and get these. Oh, drop out of impulse before we engage in battle.
Ship is under attack.
Torpedo high yield. Do a sensor scan as well.
Target's
and we're getting into range of the tractor. So we can tractor beam in. Let's launch that out. That's one down.
Target's shields have failed.
And I've just noticed that the temporal probe is over there as well. Let's take these two out.
Shields have failed.
Let's do another tractor and a high yield. There we go. Oh, I didn't want to scan the satellite. Readings are showing that the communications array has been heavily damaged by the Gorn. At this range, we should be able to contact the research station on Cassie 2. However, the station is not responding to hails, and our scans are detecting signs of multiple fires on the station. Sir, the researchers may be in trouble. Recommend that we send an away team to the surface. Right, now I'm not going to do that right now, because I need to get that temporal probe. So let's get over there. You'll also notice that on the level that the temporal probe is, you should get a little item appear here to investigate the temporal probe. So hopefully, whether it's in space or on the ground, when you're in the right mission, you should be able to spot that and go and collect it. And that in theory is what should happen. So let's scan this one. And unlock. Okay. This one's going to be a bit more complicated. Test different combinations of digits until you find the sequence that matches the data key. Okay, so if we do test, no matching digits and no matching digits in the wrong location. Okay. So if we change the first digit to 1 and then test, that's the wrong number and in the wrong location. So number 1 doesn't appear in any of those 4 places. Okay, so first one. So we'll try 2 and test. The 2 is in the wrong location. So if we change the first digit to 3, because we know it's not 2, and we change the second digit to 2 and test, so we got 1 digit is in the right location, which could be 2 or 3, and 1 is in the wrong location. So let's try changing that to 4 and test. Right. So it should be 3 and the third digit might be 2. Still in the wrong position, so that 2 might be at the end. And test. So 2 digits, right. So the middle 2 are wrong. So let's change the second digit to 3 and test. So 3 digits are now in the right place, so I need to change the third one. Third digit, and that was 2, so let's try 3. And there we go, matched. 3332. Match 4 digits, key match. Done. The Nicole have been gathering intel from this array. Worse, they've been sharing it with BBAT. It looks like that Ruben Nicole Klingon alliance is a reality. Explains what we've been hearing about BBAT's special allies as well. Take items. We've got an industrial replicator and a lab equipment. Okay, that's the same thing. Right, now we can... Where did they come from?
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
We didn't need to go in and take them out. We could have just beamed straight down, I believe. But we get extra experience points for taking them out.
Target's shields have failed.
So see, before level 65, when you max out your career grades, you using torpedoes and laser beams or turrets actually do make a difference. Unfortunately, after level 65, you tend to just either go all torpedoes if you're going in for the heavies, but most people tend to just turn it into a beamboat and then just have all beams all round and don't use torpedoes or mines at all. But before level 65, they do have their uses. So let's beam down because we've picked up the probe. Readings are showing that the communication rails are heavily damaged. Beam to station. Right. And we've got our away team ready, so let's beam over. Talk to side.
The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Tell us what happened.
The first sign of trouble was when we lost contact with the communications array. The Gorn beamed in and started shooting. They destroyed our computer core and took thousands of artifacts we spent years collecting. Then, as if destroying decades of archaeological research weren't enough, they started setting fires. The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
What are you researching here?
Captain Jean-Luc Picard and the crew of the USS Stargazer discovered ruins from an unknown civilization here almost 60 years ago. The Federation Science Council has been researching this site ever since. It's a fascinating find. There are more than 40 kilometers of catacombs under this facility. We've barely managed to explore a quarter of what we think is here. 2 years ago, we found a star chart in the catacombs that indicated that this civilization had contact with interstellar travelers more than 15,000 years ago. The chart led us to another site on Cassay 4, where we found the most extraordinary artifacts. If we're correct, the race that once lived here may have been an advanced proto-reptilian race. The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Why would the Gorn attack here?
The Gorn have extremely long memories. Thousands of years ago, the Gorn hegemony ruled this entire sector. In their minds, that means these planets are still theirs. The alliance with the Klingons has inspired the Gorn to start rebuilding their empire. Every planet from here to Cestus 3 is in danger. The Gorn. They just stormed in and started shooting.
Did everyone escape the fire?
Not everyone. There are several members of our team still unaccounted for. Please, you must find them. The Gorn destroyed our automated fire suppression system in the initial attack. You will find fire suppression devices on the walls that you can use to fight the fires.
You'll be safe on the Erie. I'll find your team.
I'm coming with you, Captain. There's too much at stake, and I know this project.
Very well. Right. Let's go and find our fire suppression equipment. Here we go. Right, now we need to deactivate the containment field.
The Klingon invasion was a blow to Gorn self-determination and identity.
Did, No, okay. Any other fires? No. Okay, no fires in here. So let's keep going through, see if we can find some fires. We found the temporal probe, so we'll look at that later. Oh dear. Okay. beam the scientist out. Pick up the item. At least it's registering it this time. Right. There's another Gorn over there. Get these fellas. Anybody else? Nope. Right, let's take out the fire. There we go. Beam out the scientist. Off you go. Oh. Got an scan material. There we go, got that. Try not to get too close to the fire because we'd probably get burnt. Anything else there? Can't see anything.
These kinds of raids are the Gorn's attempt to reclaim their identity through their history.
Get that fire. There we go. And we'll get that fire.
Look at all this damage. We'd have helped if the Gorn had just asked. I guess when one of your leaders turns out to be a shapeshifter, though, it damages your sense of trust.
Oh, let's use... There we go. And that was the exothermic induction field. That's what that is. Let's pick up the item. And that was a personal shield, that green one. Get the gas. There we go. There's probably a few more. Let's drop down here and get that fire. There we go. What's that one? And that one?
Enemy targets on sensors.
Gotta get that fire. Well, it looks like we've got the required fires put out, but we might as well put them all out. There we go. Any more on the bottom? No. Oh. And there's a crate. Probably got some hyper sprays in it. Yep. Good. Oh. Did I spot something? No. Right, let's put this one out. Put this one out. Take that. Let's just quickly put the other fire out. There we go, all fires out. Beam the last scientist out.
There's another research team on Kasei 4, involved in a dig at a promising site. Given what the Gorn have done here, I'd imagine that team is in trouble. Captain, we have to check on them. If the Gorn have taken over the dig site, the researchers could be captives. Or worse.
Okay, well, I think we've done everything here, so let's beam up. Sir, attempting to establish communication link to... Captain, Gorn ships detected. They're powering up weapons.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Okay. Scanning for additional hostiles. It appears that the ship is safer now, Captain. I've located the dig site on the surface, sir, but there is a high-intensity energy field surrounding it that our sensors cannot penetrate. I can beam an away team to a location outside of the field, sir, ready to transport on your command. Not now. I have some stuff to scan. And there's another one over there. Do, 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 do. Get that. Oh, wrong way. Oh, there we go. Right, those are the ones I can see so far. Let's stop for a second. Can I get that skill point? Right. So we want the next one. Improved energy weapon. That gives us another 35 energy weapon training. Improved energy weapon training. Yep. Right, that's that done. Right, let's beam down.
This is the dig site that our team was working on. They set up several shield generators to help protect the most important artifacts from further damage. There's a small encampment under the shield dome. The Gorn probably came in and took over everything. If we disable the shield generators, we may be able to get inside and rescue the other archaeologists. Look up. You can see the shield generator beams. We can follow those to find the controllers and turn off the system.
Right, let's just...
The team here found remnants of a precursor civilization that may be a relative of the Gorn.
Let's just claim that.
Our understanding of Gorn evolution is woefully inadequate. Are they even offspring of the Preservers?
Right, the next one is in
The Gorn
secret
territorial
orders.
claims aren't entirely without merit, but they would displace billions of people. A
Let's just
diplomatic
claim those.
solution could help to save Gorn heritage without disrupting Federation colonies.
Find that. Does any of my guys need any shield generators? There we go. Do you need personal shield upgrade? Yeah, that'll do. Oh, you can have one of those as well. Okay, you're good. Right, we picked up two kit modules that usually go in here, but if you look, they are for an engineering officer, and we're a science officer, so they are absolutely no good to us whatsoever. So let's pop those down there. Okay, I think I moved that by accident. There we go. Put that there. Right, so let's go and disable the energy towers.
Personal shield losing power.
There we go. Let's got those fellas. Right, that got them. Let's shut down the shield generator.
Shield power is dropping. What is going on?
Nothing. Nothing's going on. Just, you know, sort of look the other direction. Nothing good. Nothing to see. Oh, the body. He's dead, Captain. These are the Gorn claw marks, sir. The other hostages are in great danger. Right. So there's a tower coming that way, and there's a tower around the back somewhere. There it is, over there. Right, let's send in a induction field.
Personal shield losing power.
And my way too nicely got those for me. Oh, what's this? Ooh! Science. That's me. Override shield generator. Can I shut both down at the same time, or...?
The protective shields are down.
Yes.
Incompetent fools.
Ha 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 ha. So my science career finally came in handy. Right, let's go and defeat the Gorn captain. Let's send in another... Do a scan.
One to beam up!
Right, so we got him.
There's no sign of the other team. The Gorn must be holding them captive elsewhere.
We're too late. Right, let's not now, because I want to open that container. There we go. Did we... Just, yeah. The other tower was this way, wasn't it? I think. Because we might as well not leave any Gorn alive, would we? There we go. We'll pick up the bits from that kit as well. Right.
There's no sign of the...
Right, off we go.
You are meddling in affairs you do not understand. This system was the home of our ancestors. It belongs to the Gorn by ties of blood and conquest. We will not allow grave robbers and thieves to desecrate hallowed ground without punishment. Prepare for death.
Okay, I'm preparing.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Sir, we've locked onto the hostages, ready to beam them directly to sickbay at your command. Beam hostages on board. The researchers have asked that we leave them here, sir. They say they want to do what they can to recover their research and assess the damage done to the ruins. Starfleet will be sending a team to assist them. We can leave the system whenever you're ready. Hold on a minute. I'm going to scan that gas. Here we go. Right. Let's go.
If the archaeological sites in the Kasei system really are from a proto-Gorn culture, we will have to weigh carefully the knowledge we gain versus what the Gorn claim to be their own history. The Federation Science Council has a lot to consider. For now, though, I'm glad the researchers are safe. Good work.
Right, we can go ahead and claim these bits and pieces. Right, we're going to go for phaser beam because we're not using cannon. So extract that. And exit that.
Commander Burgess, Starfleet Intelligence. There's something I'd like you to look into. It could change the course of the war in our favor. We have intel suggesting that the Klingons are operating a secret weapons facility in the Hiromi cluster. We also believe the base is under the command of Ambassador Bavat, a controversial figure in Klingon politics. I'd like you to get to the truth of the matter, and soon. To that end, I'm sending one of my top agents to join you on the mission. I think you'll find Lieutenant Van Zyl to be a very capable officer. Don't hesitate to seek her counsel in the field. Proceed to the Briar Patch and find out what the Klingons are up to. If there are any weapons there, you are to deactivate or destroy them. And should you encounter the Ambassador, do bring him in. I'd like a word.
Right, go to the Briar Patch in the Beta Quadrant, investigate Klingon activity there, and destroy any weapons that you find. And for that, we'll get experience, expertise, a new armor, some dilithium, and our choice of console. Okay, cool.
Admiral Quinn says you're the right officer for this job.
Right, so this is Secret Orders, and Secret Orders has another temporal probe in it, so we're not going to do that today. We'll do that in the next episode. So let's purchase that last skill point for today, and that is also going to go into advanced energy weapon training, which will give us an extra 15 points in energy weapon training. So advanced energy weapon training. Right, and that is the last point that we're going to be putting in Lieutenant. So the next lot of points we're going to get will go into the Lieutenant Commander section. We still haven't got any ground points. Okay. Let's set a course back to the Sol system, because in the next episode we're going to go and have a look around Starfleet Academy, tick off that mission, and then once we've looked at the Starfleet Academy, we will then continue doing the missions. Career specific kit reward. Okay, alright, so we can pick Sonic Pulse, Triage, that's a heal, or Radiation. Let's see. We've already got the purple exothermic induction, so I don't think we need another radiation cloud. Medical tricorder stasis beam. That's a heal, and that's damage, slow, interrupt, and knockback. Physical damage, shield penetration. Let's try that one. There we go. Let's try that one. We have a fire suppression device to put out fires if we come across any more. So we'll equip that. Let's give some bits and pieces to our away team. Doesn't really matter who gets what. Yeah, have some Targ milk. There you go. Does anybody want a pistol? You might do with a pistol. Yeah, there you go. You have that pistol. Ship. Is that an improvement for any of our... might be. That's 238. And this one's 257. Okay, so I'll swap that one out for that, because that seems to be a little bit better. There we go. Right. Refine the dilithium. And what we'll also do is we're going to get rid of some of this stuff as well. Don't think we need that. Right, now we can salvage some equipment. So if we go to salvage, and this screen, we can upgrade items. So, for instance, weapon, you could put it in the item to upgrade, add a tech upgrade and upgrade it. We're not going to do that for a while because we don't need to do that. We can re-engineer, so say let's see here. You see that in brackets under photon torpedo it's got control CRTD. That is critical severity. You could put that in the re-engineer slot and change what proc that has. So it's got critical severity at the moment. You could change that to one of the others, like damage or ACC, which is your accuracy. So you could re-engineer there, but it comes at a cost of dilithium and salvage. And you need to purchase the tech upgrades or get them from certain missions. And they also can cost dilithium as well to upgrade. But here you will upgrade your weapons to the maximum of epic. Going through the tiers, of course, you go standard, uncommon, rare, but you can upgrade them in this screen. But what we want to do is salvage some of these items that we don't need anymore. So let's see, we don't want those, don't want any of those. Right. Now, we got salvage all unprotected items. So if you remember, some of our items that we equipped, we have the change protected status to on. So if you turn it on, for any items that are in here, that show up in here, it won't it won't salvage them. So we don't want any of these, so we haven't protected them. Okay? So that's salvaged them into these materials, which are in our R&D section. We picked up a basic weapon tech upgrade. That tech upgrade is in the can be used in the upgrade section. I'll probably need to equip a thing. Yeah, so you can use these in the upgrade section. We got some, I can close that now. If we look in assets at the bottom, we now have some salvage, which we can use in the re-engineer section, as I just explained. Let me just move these. These are standard supplies. So let's put those there. Components, and these are materials. So that's standard, uncommon, and standard, and uncommon. So that's that. Right, now all these others in here can't be salvaged. But what we can do, the best way to do this is to go to a commodity trader and sell them, and you'll get much more energy credits back. Although some things that come as default with your characters you can't sell. The other way to do it is to go to Replicator, Recycle, and you'll see a list of items that you can recycle. If you recycle something, it's gone for good. So be careful what you recycle. Also, it shows these R&D pieces as well. So you want to make... Can you protect those? Like, you can change those to protected, which would probably help with not removing them permanently, because you want to keep those. So you want to skip past those because you don't want to sell those, and then you get to the equipment. So you'll see that that was a standard equipment, so that gives you no energy credits back. So you can double click on it to get rid of it, or click on it once and click on recycle. There you go. Now this Federation pistol we must have picked up in a mission, and that will give us 100 energy credits. We can sell that. That's nothing. This one is a uncommon, so that'll give us 1330 energy credits. And we'll just finish off getting rid of all these. Let's do it from the bottom because it's skipping up. There's a battery. I probably want to keep the battery, but it doesn't matter. And you want to keep your comms arrays. These here, because you might need those later on for duty officer assignments. And you want to keep them a major regenerator to heal your officer injuries, your character injuries, if you get any later on. Right, now these look like I can't salvage. you can do with things like this is you can discard them. And once you do that, of course, it'll be permanently gone. But since I don't need any of these, and it won't let me sell them, and it won't let me salvage them, there we go, all gone. Right. So, next episode, we're going to be beaming down to Starfleet Academy and doing a tour of Starfleet Academy. And we will speak to Lieutenant Farah at Starfleet Academy. Once we've done the tour and spoken to the lieutenant, we will start Secret Orders and pick up the Temporal probe from Secret Orders. We've gone through our inventory. We have no more skill points to dish out. So that is where I'm going to end the episode today. Thank you all for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!